All right, our last lesson on this section is going to be horizontal and vertical components. It tells us a vector can be resolved into horizontal components and vertical components. The horizontal and vertical are rectangular components. And because the rectangular components form a right triangle, you can use your trig ratios to find their magnitudes, okay? So here is a vector v, and you can tell that you have an x and a y, which is your horizontal and vertical component, forming this right angle right here. Whatever magnitude you're given for your vector, that is going to be the value of the hypotenuse of your right triangle. And then whatever angle that you're given, okay, you can set up a trig function to solve for x and y, just like we can do on number 14. It says Danica is pulling a sled with a force of 400 newtons using a string. The string makes a 35-degree angle with the ground. Find the magnitudes of the horizontal and vertical components. So to do that, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my vector. Okay, she's pulling a sled with a force of 400 newtons with a string, but her vector is making a 35-degree angle with the ground. So here is the ground. In order for us to have a 35-degree angle with the ground, our vector is going to have to go in this direction. So there is my 35-degree angle. Now this is going to be my horizontal component, which is the ground, and then I can drop from the tip of my vector, and this will be my vertical component. Now it tells me in the problem that we have a force of 400 newtons. So that's going to be the force of my vector, or my magnitude of my vector. So that's going to be the hypotenuse of my right triangle. So in order to find the magnitude of x and y, my horizontal and vertical components, I can use sine and cosine here. Okay, to find x, you'll see that it's adjacent to my 35-degree angle. This is the hypotenuse. So the cosine of 35 degrees is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Now this is just a simple multiplication problem. 400 times the cosine of 35 degrees is equal to x. Plug that into your calculator, and x is going to be 327 66/100. Okay, now this is your horizontal component. Okay, so horizontal. Now to find your vertical component, y is opposite over hypotenuse. That's the sine. So the sine of 35 degrees is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So we're going to multiply 400 times the sine of 35 degrees is equal to y. Again, plug and chug into your calculator. 400 times the sine of 35, that's going to give us 229 43/100. Now this being y, this is going to be my vertical component. Okay, so my horizontal magnitude, my vertical magnitude from a simple triangle. Okay, y'all try number 15.